All right, time now for another edition of Coach's Corner here on Crusaders TV. And Tim Fragle, the head coach of the Crusaders. It's been a while since we've chatted with you. We're now at the halfway point of the season, so I guess let's just talk about the first 30 games for your team. Do you have, you expected where to be right now in the third, second spot in the North? And, do you feel you guys, I don't know if overachieved is the word, but you guys have played really well so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, we had the slow start out of the gate, but I thought, once we figured out what type of team we were going to be and the players started to play, some tweaks from last year, a little bit of a different system because we lost so much offense from last year that I thought we had good buy-in there, and we've started to be a tougher team to play against, better defensively than we were maybe in years past. And I think that's really helped win some of those close games.
Well, let's talk about the offense. And, it seems this year you're getting more depth or more scoring from your depth. You do have a lot of depth on this team. The scoring is more spread out than it has seemed in the past.
Yeah, that was one thing, we found last year in that 7-game series when we lost to Spruce Grove in that second-round matchup. That was the one thing that I thought they did a better job of us. They got contributions offensively from their third and fourth line. And that was, to me, the difference in the series, and that was one area that we discussed about getting deeper and getting better in that to help win those tough series. As you've seen so far this year, yeah, we have had scoring over 4 lines, and that's definitely a good thing because, tough to shut down when you're the opposition.
Yeah, guys have made steps from last year that didn't get a lot of looks. Now they're getting the repetitions and excuse me, and the looks, and then they're putting up points. But the rookies that have come in, guys like a Cole Gammer, have done really well for your team. Just talk about the guys that you brought in and knew what they were going to accomplish.
Yeah, well, even so you say Cole Gammer, Tyler Maltby has shown some good games in there as well, and Van Oz and Kempf and guys like that, guys that are just come in and produce maybe a little bit more offense than we thought. Even Tanner and Latterud and Zablocki, they've all chipped in. We're all, you look at our team stats, and it's kind of pretty similar between all those first-year guys, and that's a good thing. But we definitely have to continue to refine their game in other areas, and just as we push here to the second half of the season.
And defensively, you guys have been great. A lot of guys, again, stepping up, and you're really solidifying your core, and including the young guys in Ben McLeod, Chris McKay, and Evan Bowen's starting to get in some games because of Brett McGee and some of the other guys being injured. But just talk about your group on the back end.
Yeah, depth-wise, we feel real comfortable with our 8 right now. It's actually early in the year. It was difficult to get the young guys in, but we, as we stayed the course, it's easy to say, we should probably get to 7, but we stayed the course with 8, and now with some injuries and stuff like that, they're getting in, and the young guys are developing pretty well. Real proud of how they're coming along. They're putting in a lot of work and practice, and I think it shows in the game.
And then looking at your goaltending, Tommy Nixon and Zach Klassen, Nixon has played really well for you. Zach as well. He's been in a lot of one-goal games, and unfortunately maybe coming out on the wrong end of the stick on that one. But your goaltending has been fantastic. Maybe you guys kind of bit the bullet in terms of last year bringing in 2 rookie goaltenders, and especially the young class, and now it's paying off, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, Nixon has had a real good start to the year. His numbers speak for themselves. 2 games I thought he did not play well this year, but outside of that, he's been real good. And then Zach, on the other hand, you hit it on the head, some tougher games for him just based on the complexion of them. And, he's been in some games, too, where we haven't produced enough offense to win a few of those games. So it was good to get that win here, 6-5 the other night, to give him some offensive help.
Looking ahead, what are some improvements you want to see from this team? You guys are in a good spot. Home ice in the first round would be good, and maybe even in the second round, even better. Fair to say the home record is good, and it's the away record that you guys want to shape up, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got to be better on the road in the second half. I also think our power play needs to be better in the second half as well. Those are 2 areas that we need to get better at. And I'd like to see some more consistency throughout our lineup, as every coach does, of course. But, definitely road records really killed us. We haven't played well against the South as well, especially on the road. So that definitely hurt our record so far.
And then, you look ahead to the next, 29 games. Where do you evaluate your team come January 10th? With that trade deadline, and do you have a plan in place to decide when, okay, if I need certain things, that's when I'm going to make the move? How is this maybe first half of the second half going to play out?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we'll have to wait and see how December goes. We've got 7 games in this month, so we'll see how that plays out. And then as we go to Jan 10th, we'll have to decide, because we are a little bit younger with only the 3 20-year-olds. So we'll have to decide what's going to be best for our team moving forward. But, right now we think, hey, we're right in the thick of things, so stay the course, have a good December, and then maybe push for something closer to the deadline.
And do you feel you guys just finish as high as you can? What's maybe a placing in the North Division that you guys want to finish? I mean, do you feel you could give Spruce Grove a run for their money?
I mean, that's the thing. We want to get home ice, and wherever that lays out, it doesn't matter because whoever you play in the first round is going to be difficult. Yeah. But it's good. It's such a benefit to have home ice. So we really want to push and get that home ice advantage. It's a big deal breaker than playing on the road, and considering our road record hasn't been great.
Well, Tim, it was an exciting first half, and I'm sure it's going to be a great second half. You start the second half in Kindersley, Saskatchewan, and in Calgary, working with the Canada West team. Just finally, some thoughts on that and what's it going to be like to represent your country in an event like that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the selection camp and piecing together the best team possible, and then actually going to the camp or going to the tournament and getting some international experience against some great countries that have good hockey programs. So it'll be a good experience for me as well, but also an opportunity where, like you said, you get to represent your country. My first chance with that, and I'm really looking forward to trying to win the thing as that's the expectation Team Canada has.
Well, that was another edition of Crusaders Coach's Corner here on Crusaders TV. First half complete. Crusaders done in the 2014-15 regular season. 29 more games in the year.